Today I'm joined here with Bonnie Whitehead. She has a master's degree in developmental psychology, and today we're going to be talking about an upcoming family series that will take place over a couple of months, starting with one that's coming up in March on marriages. So thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
This is definitely going to be interesting over April and then 2 in June as well.
Correct.
So today we're just going to be focusing on the one coming up in March on marriages. So can you just give me a little bit of details on what this series will be and what's coming up in March?
Sure. So the focus of the series is to develop skill in life. So in marriage, in parenting, in health management, and in child development. The first speaker in the series is Dr. Ross Plews. Dr. Plews is a clinical psychologist and he is a Gottman therapist. Gottman therapy has made an important contribution to clinical psychology, and the reason why is because it's science-based. So Gottman therapy started out with two people, a scientist and a clinical psychologist who fell in love, and they spent a career developing a science-based approach to therapy. So Dr. Plews is, as I said, a Gottman therapist, and he will be talking about regulating conflict in marriage and other marriage-related topics.
And so why is it important to have these kind of series and to teach couples and families about this type of therapy?
Great question. So interestingly, some couples will, when they experience problems in their marriage, they sometimes wonder if they're not compatible. And a clinical psychologist would tell you that some of those problems can often be overcome by developing skill in marriage. And so that's the focus of this series, really, is developing skill so that couples and families and this community abroad is stronger.
And so over many decades, the statistic for marriages ending is about 50% ending in divorce. So how will your series, and this first one especially, help with those couples who, like you said, don't know if they're compatible, or they may be going through some problems that they don't know if they can resolve and unfortunately end in separation?
Wow. Well, I can tell you that marriage therapy is generally effective. A limiting factor to the effectiveness of marriage therapy is the time at which couples go to therapy. Many times couples will go to therapy after they have very severe problems. And so being involved in attending sessions like this early on, or even just as a maintenance activity for marriage, is so important for creating a safeguard, really, to make sure the relationship stays strong.
And so when couples come out to this first series, what can they expect to take away from it?
Right. You can expect to take away from this series a better understanding of drivers for successful marriages. What do couples that have long-term happy relationships do? It's a great question, and it's not very easy to put your finger on. So Dr. Plews will be talking about that. Dr. Plews will talk about things like regulating conflict, as I said. There's ways in which to have conflict, to go through marriage in a way that's protective and healthful. And Dr. Plews will be talking about the science behind that.
And now there's one more series in April and then 2 in June. Do you just want to quickly run through what the main topic will be on those three series?
Sure. So the topic in April will be parenting related. So specifically, Dr. Kelly Mutter from Lakeland College will be talking about parenting styles and psychological and social development in children, and how those two relate. So how is parenting style related to psychological and social development in children? In June, we have two presentations. I will be giving a presentation on ADHD. And so recent research is showing a compelling story, a compelling evidence that ADHD may actually be driven by a co-occurring sleep disorder. And probably across the board, sleep is involved in ADHD. So I'll be discussing current research perspectives on how ADHD may be related to sleep. And then the final presentation will be given by Dr. Erin Ellis. She's the owner of Maidstone Dental in Maidstone. Dr. Ellis is a general dentist, and she's also has advanced training on sleep. And that is a natural connection for her because, of course, sleep has a lot to do with airway development and and by extension, facial development. And of course, dental development is intricately, inherently related to facial development and sinus development across the face. And so Dr. Ellis will be talking about airway physiology and how that's related to breathing and subsequent sleep in children.
And really quickly, we're running just a little bit over time, just details on when the first series is, where it will be held, and the times.
Sure. So the series is being held in Hillmont Central School. That is in Hillmont, Saskatchewan. The first event will happen on March 7th at 10 o'clock.
All right. Well, thank you so much for coming in, and I'm sure these series are going to be amazing and teach a lot of people, you know, if they're going through problems, it'll teach them just ways that they can resolve them.
Hopefully. Thank you.